Good morning. Welcome to the Not Quite Enough Distance vlog. My name is Lesley. Hello. I always feel like I'm either doing my hair or finishing getting dressed as I record intros, but that's because you see yourself in the camera for the first time, so you think, oh God. Anywho, hello, how are we? Hope everyone's doing okay. Thank you for all of the comments and responses and all the interaction. I love it, as you know, so thank you all. I'm actually going to ask a favour because we've had a question, so I said I would put it to the Not Quite Enough Distance hive mind, which has come good so well before, no pressure. And it's a question from Donna, who is a crocheter, and she's saying she would like to learn how to knit, and she's wondering about any good resources. Now, I'm sure a lot of us are like me in that we learnt perhaps when we were young, taught by family members. Obviously that's not going to help Donna. The three ladies who taught me how to knit and crochet aren't around anymore, so we aren't able to offer their services. But if you have recently learned to knit yourself, or you've recently helped someone who's learning to knit, and you can suggest a good book, YouTube channel, whatever kind of resource you're after, you found useful, that would be really helpful. So thank you so much to those who are in that situation and able to offer some advice. Thank you. I have a couple of very quick FOs to show you. I have a small spinning project. Now this is another fractal spin, so I've put it onto a cake just to try and show the stripes. I'll do, as usual, I'll put all the details in the month-end podcast, and I am going to skein this again so that it relaxes, but hopefully you can see the stripes in there. So very happy with that. This is the one I'd started, I think I showed you it on the bobbin last week, so there it is, and you can see that we have that different intensity of colour. And I have a crochet item that's finished. It's a big one. And this is the Roxy poncho. Which I am very happy with. I showed you last week the mohair that I bought, and this was the project I needed it for. And we've gone from not quite enough yarn to, why did you buy that much, Les? You really didn't need it. Full details to follow, but this is the Roxy poncho, which I finished yesterday using alpaca and assorted mohair yarns. It's a really warm and cosy one. Very thick and chunky and snuggly, and yes, I like this a lot. So it's Saturday morning, weather's a bit grey and miserable. I think the whole weekend is meant to be a bit inclement, but what else were we going to do? Himself's out with the dog at the moment. Yes, out walking is about all we can do, which there's nothing wrong with that, it's a fine thing to do. But I'm also happy to sit indoors and knit. Yeah, that works for me. I'll catch up with you in the week. Take care. Hello lovelies, it's Tuesday morning. So yesterday Madam had her hair cut. Doesn't she look pretty? It's a sign of the year passing that her next haircut will be in January. While she was out, I was preparing some dinner, and we recently got ourselves some new kitchen knives. Now the ones I had before I received when I got married the first time, so they were well over 30 years old, and they've done well, but they'd kind of reached their time. So we got some new fancy kitchen knives, and I said to himself, we'll have to make sure we get some decent plasters as well. And I was right. Of course it was going to be me who cut themselves first, of course. Actually, yesterday nearly turned into a bit of a day. I had a ceremony and the lady's name was Betty. And sometimes I get my words in a muddle. And instead of saying, we commit the body of Betty, I started to say, the body of Betty. That's not good. And it's one of those, do I carry on or do I stop and go back? And I think I managed to sort of say, Betty. And when you know that the funeral director is at the back of the room, chuckling quietly or silently, that's not helpful. But excuse me, it was fine. The family didn't notice, so I hope they don't watch my podcast. There's no reason why they should. So yes, Tuesday, I've got a Zoom meeting this afternoon, and apart from that, just plodding on with some writing up and bits and pieces. So, and looking after my poorly thumb. Hello lovely people, it's Friday. Now I have just come home from taking a ceremony and came home to some happy mail. So I'm going to open it in front of you. I will cut out the very boring bits. Oh, that's not boring. Oh, that's so cute. That's lovely. Oh goodness me. So this is from, judging by the envelope, this is from Denise. So thank you, Denise. And I've got a card here. Oh, she's made me. She's made me something that was gorgeous. Oh my goodness, these are beautiful. Denise has very kindly made me some snowflake ornaments. We had a conversation and she was saying how she loves snowflakes. Goodness me, these are beautiful, so intricate. Wow. Just absolutely lovely. Look at these. Oh my goodness. Gosh, there are lots of them. Blimey. Oh, I feel very, very spoilt and very lucky. So thank you so much, Denise. Look at these. Aren't they gorgeous? This tissue paper is really cute as well, but it is handy for showing the detail. Oh, wow. I'm just... Thank you. What can I say? Aren't these just beautiful? Oh, I shall be hanging those with pride on my Christmas decorations this year, so thank you so much. That is wonderfully kind of you. Oh, brightened up my Friday. It was a grey miserable day. I feel quite happy now. And now I have something from Pom Pom. And I have two things, because I have the latest Pom Pom magazine and I've been seeing this floating around and people have got their copy. Look at that. Oh, and look at that. Isn't that just stunning? Oh, it looks like we might have a fabulously gorgeous shawl in here as well. Oh wow! There's a Q&A with Adela from Lola Bean Yarn Company, who is just amazing. Getting hold of her yarn is like hen's teeth. It sells out in kind of no time at all, but she is pretty phenomenal. Oh, so many gorgeous things. I will have a better look through this. Sorry, easily distracted, how rude of me. I'll have a better look through this for the podcast at the end of the month. But also, we have the latest interpretations, and these things are always, I know I say it every time, but they are so beautifully packaged. interpretations. So these are patterns by Joji Locatelli and Vera Valimaki, and I have the last few of these. I think I've got from number 4 onwards. The older ones are out of print now, so you can't get them, but just a great selection of patterns, usually both designers that I'm more than happy to. Oh, hello. How's that for a cardigan? That's just rather stunning, isn't it? Oh, goodness me. Yes, this is knitting porn, basically, because the stuff here is just so fabulous. You know, I was thinking this morning, I'm not going to buy any more pattern books or any more patterns because I don't need them. Well, I don't. You know, that's evident. But I do like them. I mean, look at the stitch detail on that. Just lovely, lovely stuff. Again, I will have a look. Oh, we've got some entrelac in there. I will go through this in more detail and sort of pick out some of the patterns that make me go wow, but that appears to be most of them. Oh, just, yeah, lovely stuff, lovely stuff. Oh, I'm just waffling on now. So I should, oh, I've got a hole in my, oh, I've had a hole in there for ages. So scruffy and I don't care. So it's Friday. What does the week hold? The weekend weather, I think, is meant to be okay. So might do a little more chopping and shredding in the garden. If not, I won't. And that's fine too. So work is getting a little bit busier. I mean, nothing like it has been at sort of busy times in the past, but it is beginning to get a little busier. But it's all good. It's all good. I mean, it's not good for the people I'm doing ceremonies for and their families, but you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, Friday. Lots of talk on like TV and radio about what will happen over Christmas and all that. Yeah, who knows? I mean, Diwali, last weekend was Diwali. Apologies, I didn't wish people happy Diwali on here. I did mean to, and then it just went out my head, as things often do. So, you know, folks had to do that differently. So if we have to do whatever we do differently this year, that's kind of how it's been working. So there we go. But yeah, it's, you know, we're all plodding on. Another couple of weeks before we're out of our lockdown in the UK and back to, I think they said back to the tier system in England, but there is talk about the countries of the United Kingdom kind of talking to each other to have a more universal plan. Who knows if that's the right idea or not? You could have very different situations in the far north of Scotland than you have in Cornwall, than you have in Wales, than you have in Northern Ireland. And that's before you get to the Isle of Man. You know, I mean, there's lots of different areas that will have very specific situations. So if you go for a universal approach, you're then not taking those into account. I'm glad it's not a decision I have to make. I'm not guaranteeing that won't stop me complaining about the decision that is made if I don't agree with it, because that's what we do. We're taxpayers, we're allowed to moan. Anyway, my lovelies, I hope you're all okay. I hope that you're keeping safe. I know, hearing from different people, there are kind of bits and pieces happening in terms of lockdowns and coming out in one place and going in another. So I hope you're all just keeping safe, whatever's happening around you. I hope you feel safe, you feel comfortable with the things that you are able to do and the things that you have to do, and that you have a good week. I will be back next Friday, and I think next week, is that the last weekend of the month? Gosh, I think it might be. So next weekend will be the month end podcast as well. Brace yourselves. So I have some spinning to show you because I have some very finely spun singles. I'm just about to do my third one of these. And then I'm going to put them together for a classic 3-ply, which I think is, in terms of consistency, probably my best yet. And pretty colours too, because purple is the theme of this month, as we know. Just a little quick bit I'm adding on at the end. I have said in the notes that I would talk about the Advent pattern idea this week. I'm running out of time and I've got some work to do, so that's not going to happen this week. Seems to be a very popular idea that we all have a pattern that we work on. Not we all, that some of us have a pattern that we work on every day throughout December as just a little, you know, break from whatever busyness we have going on. Seems a very popular idea. I am sort of putting ideas together if anyone's interested in joining me. It's a just for fun thing, and I will talk about it next week, I promise, because I'll record that bit tomorrow. Cheers. I'll stop rambling. Take care, have a good week, look after yourselves, keep well, keep safe. Thanks for being here, thanks for your comments, and I'll see you next week. Cheers. Bye bye.